sports fans. This is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live on this Thursday evening, ready for another edition of the Thursday night forecast. We're going to be talking about that Michigan dilemma, what's happening there in Ann Arbor, also portal moves. A lot of players are starting to jump into that portal. Also, what we think the college football playoffs need to change about the college football playoff format going into 2026. And we'll also touch on some other things when it's related to college football. I'm welcoming to the show tonight our man Post Game of the Post Game 86 podcast. How you feeling, Post Game?
Hey, some call me Fast Black, some call me Daddy Mac. How y'all doing?
Some call me Fast Black, some call me Daddy Mac. We good, bro. We good. We also got our man SEC Sean in the house with us tonight. How you feeling, SEC Sean?
Good. A lot of craziness going on right now.
Yeah, a lot of craziness for sure.
Plus, we got about 13 minutes till they drop next year's SEC schedules.
When you say they drop next year's SEC schedule, are you saying the dates?
No, I'm pretty sure the dates will be set, just not the times.
Okay.
From what I'm understanding is there's going to be some schedules that you're going to run 7 straight SEC games without a break.
Oh.
Yeah.
With nobody in between 7.
It's going to be
That's a gauntlet right there, bro. That's a gauntlet right there. All right, well, let's welcome our man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10 to the show. How you feeling, Mossberg?
Pretty good, man. As usual, I was a little late, man. I had to get the greatest coffee in the city. Make sure that when you see this coffee or you see me coming in, just slide it to me. I only pay $1, Mickey D's, but I would let it drink it coffee every day. Don't sue nothing that I say. But it's good to see everybody as well this evening. Been waiting to get back on here, talk, enjoying some off days, man, and I'm going to take them and enjoy it.
All right, y'all. Well, listen, man, we know everything that's been happening in the land of Michigan with Sharon Moore and the situation with him. We ain't going to beat on him tonight. We're going to talk about what's your thoughts on the Michigan situation as it relates to the 2026 class who they just signed last week or 2 weeks ago. Also, the transfer portal. What's going to happen with their players going into the transfer portal? What do you think is going to happen? Is there going to be any movement? And who do you think they will hire as their new coach in Michigan? What's your thoughts?
Post game, I'm going to let you go first, man. I really like your knowledge. But it's, just real quick, man, it's something to see. I'm going to start off with that. Something to see after a coach is fired.
Yeah, man, what a situation that whole thing is. I don't like Rob said, man. I'm not here to, pounce on the situation and Sharon Moore. I really don't like speaking on situations before all the facts are brought out. But I mean, as far as recruiting, you got to think that a brand like Michigan will still be able to hold its recruits and players, especially if they get a coach like DeBoer, who we've been here, is going to leave Alabama for Michigan. Don't know if that's true, but if that's the coach that Michigan is able to get, I believe they'll keep the vast majority of their recruiting class. The player that I'm interested in to see what he's going to do is Mr. Bryce Underwood. Uh, he was the number one recruit coming into the season at the quarterback position. I don't know how he's going to take the situation, how close him and Coach Moore was, if that affects any of his decision making. But I think he probably, to his standards, didn't have the kind of season that he was expecting to have. But whoever they bring in as the new coach at Michigan, is going to be huge for the transfer portal. Them keep retaining their players and retaining their class because Michigan is still a strong enough brand. I know this might be a black eye to it and a gut punch, but Michigan is still a strong enough brand to retain the vast majority of their class and players. So the key would be who the next hire is at head coach. And Parlay Poe, where you at, baby?
Yeah, man. I agree with you in so many ways, of course, as well. Especially not knowing, the situation. I'm gonna just put it out there and just pray for his family, himself, and the situation as a whole. I know Adam Schefter. I watched him a lot today about the situation, and he really didn't pinpoint anything. He just said, like you said, it's a big job. The Boers name is out there heavily with this Michigan job. You know, whoever gets the job, I hope that they can come in, and bring that Michigan program back to what we know, the dominance that we know it can be with the recruiting and things like that. And I feel bad for the kids that have to go through some of the things like this because you got to think of it, and it's like you have a team of kids and they have to go through a situation of what they're going through as well. So it's a lot to deal with. But for myself, on the outside looking in, as far as in the recruits, it's supportive. I think a lot of people may leave with the situation, but for those that stay, well wishes to you in the future at Michigan as well. And glad that you upholding that loyalty because that's a big thing for me. Are you going to uphold that loyalty to that university?
This is going to be wild. Bryce Underwood, you was asking about him a minute ago, post. Bryce Underwood has already deleted all Michigan stuff off of his social media. He has shows. The only thing it shows is a jersey, but it shows the back with his name and number. But it doesn't say Michigan quarterback. It just says athlete, student athlete.
Wow.
First and foremost, no matter what the case is, the fact is it's crazy, but you just hope that Sharon Moore gets the help he needs, whatever the case may be. That's first and foremost. Football's secondary.
I can help him keep your thing in your pants. Stay committed to your wife.
I get that.
There you go. Voila.
I do get that. But that is for sure. But some of the other stuff that came out after that is what he needs some help with, I think. But
yeah, most definitely.
I think kids can't enter the portal. They have a 5-day window after a new coach is hired. So nobody can enter the portal right now. Of course, the portal is going to open fully in January anyway. Recruits, they'd have to ask to be released from their NLI, their national letter of intent. They'll have to be at a situation like this. Most schools will release a player. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. You want my honest opinion on the coaching staff at Michigan? Burn it down. Get rid of everybody and start over. It may take you a couple years, but you better get away from every tie to Harbaugh you had because it ain't been nothing but a disaster since he left. And even while he was there, it wasn't that, there was still issues going on. I don't see DeBoer leaving. I don't see DeBoer leaving Alabama. I just don't see it. That's a blue blood for a blue blood. I don't know that he would want to get mixed up. I don't see it. I will tell you who I do think will probably be the call, and that's Jed Fish from Washington. I think that's the call they make.
Hey, Sean, why wouldn't he want to get up out of Bama before they fire him?
Well, that may be happening. That could happen, but to leave a playoff team to go to Michigan, it's Bama, it's Michigan, blue blood and blue blood. It's almost like a lateral move now. If he feels like he's getting fired, potentially, but I think that one's going to be a wait and see. But I think if I'm Michigan, I'm honestly calling Washington's head coach. What was that other guy's name that I had a really good feel on? Minnesota's head coach.
I say the head coach you're talking about, he was there during the Harbaugh era.
Yeah, but he was more. He's also from the Belichick era, Belichick coaching tree. So it's a little different there. The coach from Minnesota. Yeah, the coach from Minnesota could be a good fit. Fits the Michigan brand: run the ball, play defense. Of course, Dillingham from Arizona State's name is going to float around for all this stuff. Everybody keeps mentioning what is he at the Chargers? He's one of the coordinators out in LA at the Chargers, I think. But he can't coach at Michigan for another till like at least May of next year because he has a show of cause from all the stuff previously at Michigan. So call DeBoer. I mean, make that call. I mean, if that's who you think is the best candidate, make that phone call. You're Michigan. What do we say about Penn State? All they're going to do is say no. I think Fish from Washington is going to be the call. I think that's if there was odds on the betting side, I'd probably put money on Fish to get that job.
Juwan, what's your thoughts on Michigan's situation as it relates to the 2026 class of recruits and the transfer portal and any coaching hire thoughts?
It's really bad timing. It's bad timing, and I don't know. I kind of feel like it was this all of this stuff was planned, and they're just about to start over. Yeah, I feel like it was all of this was put in place. So unfortunately, he's the scapegoat. But they're going to tear it down and start it over and let the recruits know and stay that, hey, this is a whole new program. It's a whole new deal going on. So that's just how I feel about it personally.
And then the reason I think about with DeBoer from Alabama, I don't know. Lately, I've been thinking about this with Alabama being in the playoff. I don't know. I think Mateer's about to put a whooping on Alabama. I think that's going to open the gate for DeBoer. I think this early playoff exit is going to be the reason. I just think he might be the one. I think he can go. He's not behind, anybody major like a Nick Saban. Other coaches that had to come in and instantly prove themselves right away. DeBoer, I mean, I know we had to look at things with him, but I think that'll be best for him. I just don't think Alabama, he's still going to have to answer. He got to get a national championship. Right now, DeBoer needs a championship to stay relevant in Alabama, just my opinion. So I think he might be the best fit for him.
Hey, I don't think the players that's considering leaving going to stick around to after a playoff game for a coach to be announced. It's money to be made out here, and they already on them. You better believe that.
Yeah.
The thing that concerns me is if this has been already under investigation for a month or so, according to the reports, and you just had National Signing Day on what was it, the 5th? I mean, were they hiding this information from the players? Were they telling the players? Were they transparent with the players about this situation? Because if you already knew that this was taking place, you already knew what the outcome was going to be. I mean, you might as well go ahead and be transparent with those recruits. And maybe they were. I don't know. I haven't heard any recruit come out and say that they were blindsided by the information that came out and what happened. Um, it's just kind of
Oh,
Makes you wonder, like, man, what was going on there? Why didn't they be transparent? And maybe they were, I don't know. But I know for if I was a player and I was going to a university and there was some kind of cloud there, I would want to know. I mean, whether good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. Just let me know. So then let me make a solid decision on what I want to do based on the facts and the information. And maybe they did that. I don't know. But if I was a recruit, I would be like, man, I need to know what's happening. Otherwise, I got other options over here because I'd rather go to a better situation, especially if I'm a lineman and I want to play under Sharon Moore, who is the head coach. He's not necessarily the line coach, but you still probably wanted to play with him. So I think some players are probably going to hit the portal. Will it be some key players? I don't necessarily think so because I think Michigan is going to hire a really solid coach who can keep those recruits and those transfer portal guys who are thinking about it. He can probably get them to stay. But I really do believe that Kellen DeBoer wants out of Alabama. It's a meat grinder over there. They have been used to what Saban has done. It probably was a bad idea for DeBoer to even go there in the first place. Nobody wants to go behind the goat, bro. I don't know why he even took that job, man. But anyway, he did it. But I think he wants out of Alabama, man, and those fans probably want him out as well. 3 losses this year, 3 losses last year. They're just not used to that. So I think the writing is on the wall for the boy. He has an opportunity probably to get out to Michigan. He probably should take it.
I'll follow up with this, knowing going through it with my kid and some of the recruiting stuff. If you think a coach is being under investigation and a recruit asks, is so and so under investigation for anything, the school by law has to tell them yes. If they say no, and it comes out that he was, then that kid can automatically leave that school right then. No ties with the NLI, nothing. He can go because they lied to him. So that's that part of it right there. I will tell you, there is a show I watch, a guy by the name of Jake Crane. He's got his brother, and he's got another guy on there named David Cone, former University of Michigan quarterback, David Cone. Didn't play much, but he was on the team. David Cone's got a lot of insight. If people look up that show, go watch, because he's an insider to the University of Michigan football team, and he put a lot of info out there on this whole situation. So I'm not going to go into it because not my story, but just telling you, if you want more on this story, go look up Crane, and you'll figure out where to find it. I'm not going to give you everything. You can find it.
Yeah. I like that Jed Fish coaching move that you threw out there. I thought somebody was going to, with all these coachings being fired, I thought for sure somebody was going to try to pluck him from Washington. Uh, Maybe they tried to, and he just wasn't interested in the jobs that were available. But I'm quite sure he would be interested in that Michigan job. Will he take it or not? I don't know. But if he's going to stay at Washington and be in the Big Ten, he's better off at Michigan than he is at Washington. What portal moves have you heard about from your team? Are they losing a lot of players, some key players? What's going on with your university that you root for? What's going on in the portal?
I'll get this out of the way. There's
And
no
do y'all
news.
have any portal needs that you know they're going to be looking in the portal to bring some guys in? Who's leaving? What positions are probably going to be coming or being filled?
I have heard nothing of anybody leaving. I've heard Marcel Reed said, I'm not leaving. That's all I cared about. What do we need in the portal? O-line, D-line, line of scrimmage help. This is about all we need.
We actually losing about 10 players so far to the portal. A couple of guys I like, Jalen Lucas, which was a running back. He kind of did a little bit of everything over the field, one of the speedster guys, and then Edwin Joseph, both sophomores, red shirts, and Edwin Joseph. I think he was a player that was coming into his own. I just like the way he tackled. He has a nose for the football as well in that secondary, and he was young. He can definitely play. And well wishes to those who do hit the transfer portal, and if they fit better where they at, you know, great hats off to them and the decisions they did make. But looking forward, I think we do need to step up on our offensive line, as well as our defensive line. I think we need to get some guys that can get after the quarterback, as well as that linebacker. I think we need somebody in the middle of the field that could really, coach that defense and move around and not enable, our defensive backs. We have a top 4 or 5 star coming in, as well as our defensive front just do what they do best. So just looking forward to see what we can do outside of that. That's just going to be a tough loss with Joseph for sure.
Yeah, the only thing, only player Notre Dame would probably lose is the one they lost already, who announced that he's moving on in the transfer portal, and that's Kenny Minchie at quarterback. We all know that he was in a tough quarterback competition battle with CJ Carr, and he barely lost that. A lot of people thought he would have been named the starter over CJ Carr, which is what we was hearing. But they eventually went with CJ Carr, and I think they made the right decision in hindsight. But other than that, man, I don't see nobody leaving this team. Uh, but the one player Notre Dame needs to pick up with them losing defensive tackle Gabriel Rubio, Jason Onye, and Hines, they need to get John Walker, the defensive tackle from UCF, 6'3", 300-pounder. Notre Dame did recruit him in 2023. Notre Dame was one of his finalists, but if Notre Dame can get that big kid, that would be a big pickup for the program. Other than that, maybe a boundary wide receiver and a kicker. Outside of that, Notre Dame doesn't. They only get little pieces in the portal, to maybe get some veteran leadership, maybe get a veteran quarterback, from a smaller school to be a backup for CJ Carr, who's probably played, but just wants a degree from Notre Dame or wants to play at Notre Dame. Doesn't mind being a backup, something like that. Outside of that, there won't be much movement for fighting age.
What you got for us out of Ohio State, T1?
What we talking about? The transfer portal.
Do you got anybody that's going into the portal, and what kind of needs will y'all need coming out of the portal?
Yeah, I'll just speak on the needs, and kind of just like how post game said, we don't lean heavy on the portal. We recruit well, so we don't need a lot. But when we do go get something, we wanted to weigh something. We wanted to be able to use them, and that's probably on the um offensive line, and maybe uh secondary or something. I don't know. We're pretty young still. We're pretty loaded, and we'll probably get probably about 3 or 4. I don't know. They're surprises.
Yeah, and in some instances, there's a player who enters the transfer portal who probably nobody expected him to enter for the portal or something that happened, where he's just a special talent. And at that point, whether you need him or not, you gotta see what's up.
Right.
You may not.
Especially if they want to come holler at you.
Yeah, exactly. You may not need a receiver, but one of the top 5 receivers in the country just entered the portal. You gotta see what's up.
Right. I feel that for sure.
Yeah, I know so far for Texas, they have 10 guys that are in the portal. Um, it's It's guys that I thought they really didn't have any choice. At some point, you get recruited over, especially when you have injuries, or if you're not making the progress that you need to make in order to get in that too deep where you can really get some playing time. And if a freshman comes in and he has some bright spots, and you're a junior, chances are you're going. By the time he's a sophomore, you're going to probably be on the bench. So we had some cases like that where we had some defensive backs who decided they needed to go ahead and get in the transfer portal so that they can get on the field because they just weren't finding an opportunity to get on the field this past season. Some guys who I thought could be a part of the two deep going into next season, but they've decided to move on, which is going to make it a priority for Texas to go out there and get a safety and get a defensive cornerback in the portal. Probably two of each, probably, especially with Derek Williams moving on. We don't know what's going to happen with Jelani McDonald if he's going to enter the NFL draft or not. If he does decide to enter the NFL draft, we definitely going to have to get two safeties from somewhere. So hopefully some good ones get out there. uh, Defensively, of course, you got to always have get some defensive line help. So they're going to be looking to get some guys on the defensive line, maybe even another linebacker. Seeing that we're going to be that Anthony Hill is going to the NFL draft, they're probably going to want another linebacker to come in because they're losing Trey Moore as well. He's going to this was his senior year, so he's going to the NFL. Offensively, I could see them going to get a wide receiver because I think DeAndre Moore is either going to go to the NFL or he's going to get in the transfer portal. He hasn't announced that yet, but he's going to do one or the other, in my opinion. Running back, we need a running back because CJ Baxter hit the portal. He was a really, really dynamic freshman, but he suffered that ACL, MCL, PCL, an injury that when you sustain something like that, it's really going to take you 18 months to 2 years to really get back from an injury like that. He tried to go this year, but you can really see that he was nothing like he was as a true freshman. So he's going to go ahead and move on because he's going to get recruited over at this point so he can go somewhere and try to get him some action. Um, of course, on the offensive line, they're going to need to get at least three or four offensive linemen in the portal, especially if Connor Roberts decides to go ahead and go on to the NFL, um, or if Trevor Gooseby decides to go into the NFL. We thought for sure he would be coming back, but after some of the grades he's getting right now from the NFL, he might entertain going to the NFL. That's the left tackle for Texas, who made first team All SEC. Uh, Outside of that, that's probably pretty much it. I think they're good at the tight end position, good at the quarterback position, um, and good at one of the tackle positions. Both if Trevor Gooseby decides to stay, but they got some work to do in that portal, and they definitely want to get some offensive linemen and some defensive linemen for sure, because they got to
Hey
fill those
Rob,
two that are being left. Yeah,
is Baxter from Texas?
no, he's from Florida.
He's from Florida.
Oh, you think it's a situation where he, with the injuries, he wanted to be closer? He probably want to be closer to home.
Maybe at this point, probably so. But right now, he's probably going to be filling out where he can land, and I could really see him landing at South Florida because I don't think he can. He definitely don't think he can land at a Florida State, a Miami, or Florida. He's just not healthy enough to do that. But he could definitely go make some noise at South Florida or even UCF. One of those two schools, if he decides to go back home, will be a good move for him. I would love for him to go to the Big 12 and chew them up for sure.
The name when post game mentioned, I was shocked as well. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's Nick Marsh that we talking about. I mean, I know it's going to be a door wide open for him. He can go pretty much anywhere across the country. I think Nick Marsh displayed great ability to just do what he do on the field this year. I think that's just a talent, So we starting to already see when you lose a receiver like that, that could trickle down, and it's going to be something to look out for with this Michigan team. It's something we don't want to see with a program we know Michigan is, but that says a lot, and the talent that he brought and the way they look to go to him throughout this season and production he had. So I'm glad you mentioned that post game.
Yeah, I'm glad
Sure.
that y'all mentioned that, Nick. Any receiver at Michigan, man, I'm telling you right now, if you want to be a receiver that's going to be a pass catcher wide receiver, you cannot go to Michigan and play in that system, bro. They gotta hire somebody who, yeah, you're gonna run the football. You're gonna run the football, but you gotta have an offensive coordinator that's also gonna be able to have a quarterback who can throw and some receivers who can catch. Because you cannot think you're gonna go and win national championships like you did in 2023 with that same mindset. It's just not gonna happen, man, because teams are getting to be too wide open, able to score too many points on you for you to be able to play that style of football. They had a really good defense that year in 2023. That's why they were successful. But outside of that, man, because you see what they was like in 2022 when they played TCU. TCU was putting that mad points on them. You got to be able to score some points too. And if you're a wide receiver, Michigan is not the destination unless they get a better offensive scheme going.
Yeah,
What do y'all think about Sam Levitt hitting the portal?
Oh, he should hit the portal.
No, I think he did already.
Yeah, it's too much money out there for Sam Levin for him not to hit the portal. Yeah, he should have
Well, at least
already. Yeah,
announced.
yeah.
It's too much money out there for him.
He gonna wind up
What's a
in
good?
Miami.
Yeah,
He
he
going to
gonna
the
end up in
U?
Miami.
Well,
That sounds right.
I mean, why not? They go after every big time quarterback that Campbell or Carson Beck. I mean, I'm not going to be a bit shocked if we look up next year at the start of the year and Sam Levitt's a quarterback at Miami.
Remember, he from Oregon too, so you gotta not forget that Oregon loading up to where if he just imagine if he went to Oregon, they could have that two quarterback tandem system to where guess what? You really have to prepare for something along with the recruiting class they got. So I mean, with him being from Portland, Oregon, he could go home. You know,
You know what, Moss? Dante Moore might enter the draft,
you
so
see what
that
I'm saying?
might be a team he look at.
Yeah. So
They
I
got
mean,
they got more going high.
yeah, they got more going very high, and I think when you think about a lot of these kids, I think now, and I'm glad you mentioned C.J. Baxter being from Florida. You could see him somewhere like that with a hard line, having a guaranteed back that came from the SEC. You know, building his off, having someone there that he knows he can get a ball to get his offense going, even though he's had injuries. And Sam Levitt going home, putting that money, with Neil and NIL, I think he'll make more money going home. And be a bigger brand for Oregon. You already got Nike branded, so I think that'll bring in more money for him. And I'm glad you mentioned that as well, T1. Definitely got that going for more in his draft stock. Farther Oregon go, the higher the stock go.
Let's tackle SEC Sean's question real quick about your thoughts on the new DC at A&M and Tennessee.
Well, I didn't even realize that Jay Bateman was leaving to go be the defensive coordinator at Kentucky until this morning, actually. But there's a little backstory to that. He's a DC that's not a DC. He wasn't calling defensive plays. Mike Elko was. So it was a mutual parting that he went to go be because everybody was like, why would you leave A&M to go to Kentucky? What are you doing? Well, that's why. He wants to be able to call his plays. We've already got a new DC. I'd have to go look up the guy's name. I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but he's got ties with Elko and he knows Elko's system. So it's going to be a smooth transition. It's not going to affect us in the playoffs at all. One that really shocked me was finding out that Jim Knowles was working his buyout from Penn State to go to Tennessee. That's the one that kind of shocked me a little bit. But I guess, you got Matt Campbell coming in. He's probably going to bring his own staff. So makes sense. But yeah, that one kind of caught me out of the blue. There's some coordinators getting hired in the SEC that are. Kendall Briles went to South Carolina as the OC from Texas, from TCU. There's some hires getting made around here, man, that are perking me up a little bit. Just a real quick jump off topic real quick, Rob. I hate to tell you this, but according to the schedule break, every SEC team has one bye week next year. Y'all's is week 5.
Wow. That's right before Oklahoma.
And then you run straight through 8 straight games. And then ours is week 9. So we're going to get beat up going into the bye. I was kind of hoping our bye would be right before the Texas game just to piss y'all off, but it didn't work out.
That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
Dude, y'all's schedule's nasty. You go OU, then you turn around with Florida, then I think you got Tennessee before the bye. These schedules are nasty.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why we got Florida 3 years in a row? I mean, not that it's a big deal, but it's other teams in the SEC that we haven't played yet. Why are we getting Florida 3 years in a row?
I'll give you I don't know if anybody else wants to touch on this. I just wanted to bring it up tonight because I thought the Jim Knowles thing with the ties to Ohio State was a little interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was. Just after just 1 year, like, see, now they hopping around like little prosties.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's crazy, but I guess it's just the game.
Yeah.
What you in the lab cooking up, P1?
These City League TV shirts.
Nah, I already knew that's what you was working on, man. Listen, you can't fool Bossberg over here. You can't fool me, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In the building, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all see us Friday night. We Northland at Centennial. City League TV banger.
Game of the week.
But before you jump to your last question, I'm going to give you a little fun fact here about this Miami Texas A&M game coming up next week. A&M's been in the SEC since 2011. Carson Beck is playing in Kyle Field before the University of Georgia has.
Hold on. Say that again.
Carson Beck will be starting the game in Kyle Field, and Georgia has never played there in 14 years. The craziest thing on the other side of that, we've never played in Kentucky in 14 years.
What? That don't make any sense, man. That makes no sense.
But you got to remember, before UNOU joined, it was divisions.
Yeah.
It was East and West. So we played everybody in the West, and we only played one team from the East. So it was, and when it would roll through to Kentucky, it would be a home game for us. But Georgia's never come. We've only played Georgia once in 14 years, and that was in Athens.
Crazy. That means that's going to be a showdown.
We're going to introduce Carson Beck to some loudness that he ain't never heard.
Yeah, Sean. I want some of that SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna have.
I'd love to run it with y'all.
I know.
Shit.
I know.
You look like you ready for it. Ty, you look like it ain't even no Texas A&M Miami game.
No, I'm
Like
gonna tell you straight up though. I'm
A&M
gonna be this is just my opinion, and y'all can argue and think it's not true. And this is not me being a homer for A&M. I honestly
You like
think
your team, John. It's okay, man.
I think the three most talented teams all sit right in there: Ohio State, A&M, and Miami. I honestly think those three teams have the most talent from top to bottom.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Probably true.
It's just my theory on it.
After watching
Miami
that
more
Texas Tech
talented than
team, man,
Georgia?
my bad,
Do what?
man.
What's up,
I just
That
Buster?
like
Georgia team, is talented too, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That 7 that Texas Tech had, like Zay said, I don't know, man. That
But
7.
you're just talking defense. What is Tech's offense?
But I'm just saying that
offense and defense complete team.
Yeah,
I
we
take
talking
Georgia over
overall.
Miami.
I think I would too. I think I would. The
I'll
only
take-
pushback I would have on that would be Georgia and Miami. That's it. Other than that, I think you spot on.
Yeah, maybe Georgia. Miami. I just know them two DNs from Miami are nasty.
Yeah, they got a humongous offensive line too at Miami.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I went back and looked at that Texas Tech team, and I said, okay, I'm looking at all these players. How many of these players could actually come to Texas and start? It was probably only maybe one. Maybe Bailey might start and he might not even start because is he going to move out Colin Simmons? Probably not. Is he going to move out Ethan Burke? Possibly, but Ethan Burke's a senior. Rodriguez is good, but is he ready to play ball in the SEC? Maybe it's the conference that he's in, the conference that they're in that's making them look so dynamic. I didn't see any of those players or any of their position groups that could come to Texas and come to any of those schools that you're really looking at in the 12-team playoff outside of the little guys and go there and start. I didn't see it. So I don't. Even though they got a good record and they look like they're looking good on paper, I don't think Texas Tech is going to fare well in this college football playoffs. I could be wrong, and I wish our man, old man Texas Tech 9144 was on here so I could tell him to his face. But I don't think Texas Tech is going to be that well. After going back looking at the team, the talent that they have, I don't think they're going to be that good.
Man. So that means a battle is going to happen within them first games with Texas A&M, Miami. You got that banger with Ohio State. It seemed like it's almost like the winner of them first few games is going to be in the championship and winning the playoff. That's what it would seem, just based on that.
Because Tech will get Oregon, right? They'll get Oregon.
Right.
Yeah, they'll get Oregon.
Tech will get Oregon. Tech will get Oregon. Indiana will get Oklahoma, Bama, whoever can kick the most field goals. Ole Miss will get Georgia, and then A&M will get Ohio State.
Yeah.
I think Oregon got something to prove, man. I don't know what it is. I think Oregon got something to prove. I know they lost that home game against Indiana. If that's their only loss that I'm not mistaken about, that's the only loss they've had.
We're going to be popping off. You can guarantee this is going to be popping off all next week with getting geared up for the playoff games. And then, boy, if we win, you can imagine the week after that's going to be pretty crazy. I know that dude down there working on them T-shirts going to have some things to say if my Aggies can make it over there to play them. So he might even have to make it.
That'd be good conversation.
Do what?
I said that'd be good conversation.
Yep.
he called it a W already.
No, I'm not. I'm not, and I will not.
It would probably be. Yeah, I mean,
If it do happen, I'm gonna be throwing all kinds of rocks in that fight. I'm telling you right now. Both of y'all gonna be getting hit with rocks, and y'all gonna think it's the other one, but it's gonna be me.
Yeah, you blasting at both of us.
You can throw them all you want. The difference is, I love my team, but I'm also a realist. I understand that is a huge mountain when you run into an Ohio State and somebody with that kind of pedigree, and we ain't been there before. So I did say that would be the best. That would be the best halftime show of any college football playoff game.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. That's a fact. Let's talk a little bit about this 12 team, not 12 team playoff, but the college football playoff going into 2026. What needs need to be taking place, man, that's better than what happened in 24 and 25. We watched 2 years of this thing unfolding in this 12 team playoff, and both years it has some discrepancies, I believe, in everybody's opinion. What do you think needs to happen in 2026? What do they need to get rid of? What do they need to be looking at? What needs to happen?
Well, first of all,
you go ahead, Post. I got one fix. It fixes it all. Go ahead.
I think I know what you're gonna say. One, the group of five. The group of five taking up 2 spots in this year's college football playoffs is just utterly ridiculous. I believe if you're going to include the group of five, you need to make it where it's a group of 5 team that's ranked in the top 10 or 12 and wins their conference championship. Then I can see you getting one there. Outside of that, no sir, negativo, no group of five. Um, I also believe that I know we talk expansion. Some of y'all believe it needs to go to 24. Some of us believe 16. Some of us believe 14. I definitely believe you need to expand the field to at least 14, 16 teams. And 16, 18, 30, it's always going to be 2 or 3 teams right outside that's going to complain every single year. So no matter how far you expand the playoffs, but I need expansion. I think we're going to get expansion, and I need you to do something with the group of 5. Having 2 group of 5 teams is pitiful.
I agree with that. I agree with that too. Them group of 5, they taking up space, and it ain't cool and it ain't fair. For real, for real. It's not no. Hey, let the little guy play too. Hey, the little guy didn't get picked up. I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, I don't see. And before you took SSC, I was just gonna say, man, I don't like. I understand the Cinderella thing, but let the 12th let the 12th team be the Cinderella team, and nobody. There's just no way. I mean, I ain't gonna say no way because anything's possible, right? But to think JMU or Tulane are gonna put up a fight against these teams, if these are the best teams in America, it's just no way. They'll both be crushed, and that'll be that.
I have one fix that would have fixed it this year. I can make one change, and I could have had Notre Dame, Alabama, and Miami all in the playoff. And that's fix the ACC tiebreakers. If number 1 is head-to-head, fine. Number 2 needs to be rankings in the college football rankings. Highest seed if it's a tie. That would have put Miami and Virginia in the title game. If Miami beats them, Miami's into the ACC already, right? That eliminates James Madison and opens 2 more spots, which means Notre Dame and Bama both get in. No issues. I mean, I understand it doesn't help a Texas and a Vanderbilt with that, but the big discussion has been for the past week and a half is Notre Dame, Alabama, Miami. You fix the ACC tiebreakers, and that is all solved and all smoothed out. Because even if it's not Miami, If Virginia wins, they're getting in as the ACC automatic, and James Madison is still out.
I'm gonna stick with, I think, how I explained it, maybe a month or so ago. I think they need to have an NIT for college football. I think that's one of the best ways to look at it. I think you don't eliminate because I think at the end of the day they come to play for a chance to get in some kind of bowl game, some kind of chance for a title. I think you have the big title. I think for those other schools, respectively, if they don't go through a juggernaut type of a season where they playing top schools, winning big games like that, which we're not going to see that too often unless we got the top 5 stars going to some small school, and that's what they all choose to do. But I think we have an NIT tournament for college football, that type of tournament to where you got a 14 to 16 regular, and you break down another one for everybody to get some type of a fair shot because you have bowl games as it is. Why not make that a collective tournament? I think you'll bring in just as much, if not more money.
You got anything to add to that, T1?
Nah, I expand it and get the little guys out. That's it.
I would like to see them definitely have group of 5. You got your own thing, man. Get out. You don't need to be playing with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no Cinderella story. If the Cinderella story gonna happen, it's gonna come from whoever's in the last slot. But it ain't gonna be no group of 5 team.
Right.
And also, I don't think there should be any automatic qualifiers. If it's gonna be 16 teams, the top 16 teams get in. I don't care if you win no damn your conference championship or not. You got to end up being one of the top 16 teams, 14, 12, whatever it is. You got to be the top. I don't want no automatic qualifiers. All of them is, listen, if you land there, you get in. If you don't land there, you don't get in. And I think they need to fix, are you going to go straight to schedule? Are you going with wins? Are you going with losses? Throw all that crap out the window. Get the best teams. And that would be the end of it. All that other stuff, man, and all these other criterias, we don't need all that, I don't think. You can easily pick, because I guarantee you, the 5 guys on this screen right now could pick the 12 best teams in the country, and I bet you the rest of the country will say, yeah, that's a good 12 right there. Why you got these committee dudes and you still got issues? And it's like, come on, man. Y'all can't get that right? It makes no sense. So just get the best teams and let them make it to the playoff.
No, you just need to get people in the committee that aren't athletic directors. Not that they're biased. I'm not going to say that they're biased for because Hunter Yurachek is whatever, but get people, get dudes from some podcasts that watch college football. Josh Pate, get some former coaches, get some former players. The problem is, then you got to think, well, that coach used to coach it at Ohio State, or that guy used to play at A&M. So you kind of run into that stuff. But you could get a string of a bunch of dudes who do college football podcasts, and they could probably give you the better 12. I don't think you need to expand to 16 if you're going to eliminate the group of 5. I really don't. 12 is good enough.
Yeah. If you're going to eliminate them completely out of the picture, then I agree with that.
I would just go at least 16 because that's what they have in 1AA, Division 2 and Division 3. They all have 16. They've had 16 forever. And I've been saying I'm so confused why the big boys just making it hard for somebody to win a national championship where everybody up underneath them been doing it the right way for how many years? 50, 60, 70 years. It makes no sense.
Right.
I don't mind
and I'm
16
fine with
either.
16 as long as if you do 16, I want you to do 2 home games. But I do disagree with Rob. I do think if you go to 16, you are going to have automatic qualifiers. At least the conference champion from each Power Four is going to be an automatic in.
Yeah, but if you think about it, they're most likely I mean, they should be in the top.
Right.
If you
Should
say
be in the top
16, they
five.
should be in the top 16.
Right.
Right.
Should.
If they ain't, something wrong with your conference and how you get here.
That's it.
Yeah, like in the case of the ACC this year.
Absolutely.
Y'all gonna leave my conference alone, man. Leave my conference out of this, man. We know we breaking down that ACC.
Straight up, I saw.
It was crazy.
My goal is get rid of these big ass conferences. Give me the Pac-10 back. Give me the Big 8. Give me the Southwest Conference back. Put it all back.
Listen. In the summer, I said that I don't like these giant conferences, man. I just don't. Look how many teams didn't play each other this year.
Yep.
SEC, ACC, Big Ten. Look how many teams did not play each other this year. And me personally, and I know it probably is more financial with them doing it the way they've done it, but man, I like regional ball. I like regional ball, regional conferences, and then at the end of the year we meet up. We see who's doing the best.
You could make easily six conferences with 10 teams each. Everybody plays each other. Easy.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think the ACC need to break down. I don't even think that needs to be a conference, honestly. Nothing against, but I think we've seen right now and this year from the playoff within itself, having a 5-loss team in the championship is crazy, and then they win it. And I said that was going to happen, but it just shows, something got to happen to where we do at least see games where teams playing each other every other year, whereas not playing each other over a span of 3, some teams 10 years. So I definitely agree with that. Like the Texas A&M Texas, that should be a yearly thing. Ain't no way they shouldn't play. With Notre Dame, Florida State, I wouldn't even mind seeing a Notre Dame, Ohio State in there. Those type of games I think you could have when you make those conferences that way. And post game, I'm sorry. Y'all just might be independent sooner than what we think, man. I know you don't like to hear those type of things, but I think that's what we've seen with this playoff too. Because I felt that y'all should be in, and I think it just goes to show, a lot that's taken place, man, over the years also.
Well, Mossberg, if we keep on whipping up on A&M like we did, they're going to run to the Big Ten.
We ain't running nowhere, brother. We ain't running nowhere.
Because they did get an old school beat down.
You did. And I. But who's going to wake up feeling the cheesiest?
We are. We're going to wake up feeling the cheesiest, of course.
All right. That's all.
I can't say that because after a big win like that, they are sitting at home and they're going to be watching the playoff very closely. They're going to be
prepping for the Cheez-It Bowl.
Do y'all I know the audience in the playoffs.
I was just trying to be.
Well, never mind. Come
on, Ryan.
Give me. Go ahead and give me.
Y'all two in the playoffs, and those two teams, they're not even playing in the bowl game. They either opted out or they wet themselves. And
took the long way out. They took the long way out.
That's right. Played a whole season for nothing.
Y'all gonna leave my Seminoles alone, man. We beat a team that's in the playoffs.
You gonna rip on my Aggies being 11-1 when your Seminoles was like what 5-7? You gonna rip on me? Man, get on out of here.
I'm gonna take them 5 wins and keep it pushing in to 26, man.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Add them up to the 26 win total to see if you can make a playoff game?
Y'all gonna leave my Seminoles alone. When we do what we do.
You win 5 more next year, you'll be a 10-win team. Look at that.
What y'all think about these opt-outs, man? Opting out of these bowl games. What do y'all think about those
You talking about the players or the teams?
players? Both.
I'm gonna go with the players. They getting paid. That has to be put into that NIL contract. Where if you don't play in the bowl game, which really is supposed to be the big culminating event of the end of the season, like we might dock you 25% or something. Like that's a big national televised game. So yeah, we docking you something, and it's got to be something where it's gonna hurt. You know, a hot 50,000 or something, 100,000, depending on how much they're making. You're not allowed to sit out and you're getting you're getting paid. That's unacceptable. I don't see how they letting it happen.
These players are almost like employees nowadays. Can you just sit out at your work?
No, they're NFL players. They can't sit out if they ain't hurt.
That's what I'm saying. These college players are paid like they're dang employees of the university. They can't just sit out. The teams,
for sure.
I get K-State and them because of the coaching staff. Notre Dame, I get it. Did it come across wrong with the way the AD from Notre Dame came about it? Yeah, it came off a little wrong. I think it came out a little more cryish. But the point should have been just point blank. We didn't make the playoff. Half these guys ain't gonna play in the bowl game anyway.
Yeah.
For risk of injury, so we're just going to opt out.
Man, I'll be back and forth because with the playoffs, these other bowl games have essentially became pointless. So essentially, it's like, yeah, but it's an exhibition at this point. You know what's funny to me though about the bowls is that I hear all leading up to the final playoff ranking. You know, some 500-pound guy still living in his mom's basement on social media. You know, enjoy the Pop Tart Bowl. You know, belittling the Pop Tart Bowl.
Right.
But when Notre Dame declines the Pop Tart Bowl, oh, you guys are taking your ball home and don't want to. Which one is it? Are we making fun of these bowls?
Time out. Didn't Florida State not go to their bowl after they got juked after having that great record?
No, that was most of our players that got
Oh,
drafted.
they just sat out. It wasn't a team. It was just a player sat out.
Yeah, most of our NFL players, actually. That was our NFL players mostly.
City league. My thing is, it can't be serious or a joke and then serious when teams are turning down these bowl games. And you know what? I'm happy. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm happy. Notre Dame declined the Pop Tart Bowl because they got a chance to stick it to ESPN. ESPN lost upward of $50 million from Notre Dame turning down that bowl invitation. I can't stand ESPN personally. So
T1 converted you?
No, not it's not even T-Y funny, man. It's not even the SEC thing. It's I've been off ESPN for years. Like I still use them for like rankings, schedules, but their talk shows, garbage. I'd rather listen to us.
Appreciate it, man. You've been with us, man, from day one post game, like watching us in the comments. I remember you hit me up and look at what we have here, man, a year later. So it's again, man, Good to see you doing what you do with the flavor. You and Mo having the headphones on. Now you got the ears on, got the whole setup, the Waloo on, man. We just appreciate it. In City League, man. We've been seeing you put in that great work since you popped your screen on. Tell the people what you working on, what we gonna be doing as we continue to unfold things during this high school basketball here in the city of Columbus.
We just getting ready to get it popping, man. We just getting ready to get it popping. It's just getting started. Just like we got these podcasts going and popping. Hey, we doing big things as far as sports, as far as being in the community, a whole lot of things, man. And the main thing, taking care of these kids, man. So, yeah, that's what it is.
So if you are coaching out there, not only in the city league but worldwide, man, let us know. Holler at us. We want to talk to you. We want to talk to your team. We want to come out. We want to support. Catch some of what you doing out there. I know I met a guy. He played. He was one of Joe Burrow's teammates, man. And on this late night time that I've been working, I've been able to meet quite a few people. His name was Sean. I don't want to say it's the wrong name. I believe his name was Sean. We met, we talked for quite a bit, man. And hopefully we could get down there and check out Lima this year. Lima Senior down there in Cincinnati as well. Man, we just
what
this
was
is what
his name?
we do. Sean.
He must be a good dude.
Great guy, man. Great guy, man. When I say we sat down to hack, he ate. It was just like when me, you, and your wife sat down and talked, and how you guys ate. It was the same thing. So, hopefully we can come down there and see those guys as well. I'm gonna be looking to get to my dude in Springfield, Eric Dukes, who's coaching along with quite a few other people that's coaching throughout the city this year as well. So if it's you, man, holler at us. We definitely want to come out, show our support, get you on the stream, and not just that, man. Get some interviews with you on the team as well.
For sure.
I'm gonna just give you an update. I'm watching the schedule of the show right now too. September 19th, you got LSU at Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin returns.
Ooh, at Ole Miss. Do they come out in the Powder Blues?
5 SEC teams run 9 straight games to end the season. Missouri, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, and Vandy play 9 straight SEC games to close out the season. No bye weeks in between, just straight weeks.
So wait a minute, what happened to the 2 bye games? What happened to the 14?
Going to a 9-game schedule.
Yeah,
9
but
games versus 8 games eliminates. You get 1 bye week.
That's crazy.
Yep.
It's still going to be 12 games, though, right?
12 games, 13 weeks. 12 games, 13 weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's 13 weeks, but why would they take away the extra week?
That may change in the future, but this is the way it's going to run for the next 4 years.
That makes no sense, man. That makes no sense.
I'm not liking the way our schedule fell. We end at Oklahoma and then home for Texas.
That just makes no sense.
Man.
Everybody was complaining about they got too many cupcake teams, so the SEC changed it and went to a 9-game schedule.
That's like going. You got to go through the playoff and a stretch of 9 games, though. That's insane.
It happens, my brother. Y'all acting like that's something new. That ain't nothing new.
Wake you up, T.Y.
That ain't nothing new.
I don't mind the 9-game schedule. What I don't like is, why would you go from 14 to 13 to play 12?
Right.
Why didn't they just keep it at 14 weeks to play those 12 games and you get those 2 byes in a season?
Don't need those 2 byes.
You don't think they should have 2 byes?
No. Nobody got time for that. That's wasting money. We got games to play, money to make.
Here's
I'll tell you what, he on it. He be on it.
the
No,
main.
all that is when Ohio State they had them 2 damn bye weeks. He didn't have nothing to do. He was bored as hell.
Yeah, I don't like buys. I don't want the ones we be having.
It's all the universities down in the SEC got together and said
I thought we only had one buy.
they said this is the only way to boost our strength of schedule is to play each other and get rid of that cupcake at the end of the year.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with 9.
Looking at some of these schedules, some of these schedules are nasty.
They brutal, bro.
Oh my God.
They're brutal.
I honestly don't know that. If you win the national title as an SEC school next year, you damn deserved it because you went through a gauntlet.
Brutal. Well,
I know A&M just off the top of what I've seen. I know we've got OU, Texas back to back. We've got Tennessee. We've got Alabama, LSU. I think we got Florida on there too. Hey, line it up and let's play.
It is.
Just did you have anything else, as far as in any topics and questions? I had one for everybody. Just a quick one.
No. The only thing I got to say is that we're gonna move back to 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings, from 8 to 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. We're going back to the 10 o'clock slot.
All right. Me and T1, I'm sure, with us being the fans we are of our Bengals, I'm sure everybody's seen the press conference with Burrow today. Anybody got any thoughts on that? Post game, being a Colts fan, knowing what you've been through with Andrew Luck. Me personally, as a Bengals fan, this is something I never wanted to see them even talk about. And I can understand where he's coming from. I can totally understand being an athlete. I was at that point, when I played basketball. And I was early in my time when I played basketball, and that's something people don't even really know about. It's interesting to me. What's y'all's thoughts on that?
Let me go after you. As a fan, I was disappointed. So we had two completely different outlooks on everything, which is actually normal for my life. So you're okay. But you've been hurt, my man. And you coming and acting like as if it's an organizational problem. I could have did without him saying that in the press conference. I would have rather him put it on a team instead of saying I'm just not having fun. You've been hurt. You haven't played. You played 4 games and you got hurt. Hurt last season. Hurt, you know what I mean? Just hurt. So just concentrate on getting healthy. And then you're talking about what do you say? What am I doing? I don't know. What am I doing it for? Go look at that crib you got. Go look at the car you're gonna drive away to the stadium in. Talking about what you're doing it for. See, that's the stuff that peed me off. You get all these millionaires out here, then they get their money, then they just act like it's like this the game you chose to play. Like this your job. That's what you're doing it for. You're doing it so you can provide and take care of your family. I was a little disappointed with Joey B with that, man. He could have handled that a little more, and I'm going to have to say that, that probably happened because he left Ohio State for those 2 years and went down to SEC land and forgot how to talk. But that's all I got about that.
Fellas, I didn't see. I heard about what he said, but I personally didn't see it myself. I don't know, man. When you speak about situations like Andrew Luck and even Peyton Manning, man, you got to protect your assets. You got a franchise quarterback. You got to make sure he protected and he not taking big shots and he not getting hurt and staying on injured reserve. I didn't see the press conference or whatever, so I'm not gonna dive too far into it. But I would just say these teams got to protect their assets. I don't. I mean, I agree with T1. Like, man, you living a beautiful life playing this game. Like, I mean, what do you want for it? This game has blessed you to the point. You know, it's what do you want for it? You know what I mean? And not a lot of people can say that, but football players definitely can. But I would just say these teams got to protect those assets, man. The quarterback is the most important player on the field when it comes to football. And football is not a physical sport; it's a violent sport. I'm not pushing my sons towards football. If they come to me and say, you know, I love football, I want to play football, okay, we'll go for there. But I'm not in no way, shape, or form pushing them to play the game.
I feel
We more so we more so play basketball. But yeah, man,
it might be way safer though. By the time they, how old are your boys?
Who are
7 and 5.
Yeah, it's actually really, it's getting safer, but it's always going to be dangerous as long as they got them helmets off on. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I say if you take the helmets off, they might stop acting crazy. Take them helmets back off, throw the leather helmets on. You know what I mean? Let's play some real football, and but they turn it into a little flag football type situation. But I would just like for them to be consistent with it. Anybody else got something on Burrow? Because I got something for post game too.
I was about to say real quick, T.Y., somebody with them leather helmets is going to be out there like Ryan Clark, man. The reason,
Yeah,
respectively, that they have changed the game, man, is I was watching Ryan Clark, but that's a whole another topic of conversation for another day.
Yeah, I don't have nothing about Joey B, man. I don't have nothing about him.
Hey, so post game, y'all got Rivers coming out here, huh?
Grandpa. Grandpa.
bro, that's
Going
crazy.
on, what's going on?
Man, your guess is good as mine, man. I from what I've heard, he knows the offense. He's been the same offense that he'll be running. He's been implemented, and I guess he's the coach of a high school team. But still, man, I would have called Cam Newton. I would have called, man. It can't,
Right, right.
that can't be the only player that's available, only quarterback. But I will say this: one thing about Philip Rivers, he gonna hyper target the tight end. Warren is a monster at tight end.
Where's Richardson?
So
Don't y'all still have Richardson on the roster?
Right, that's what I was looking for. Did he get hurt or something?
I think he just coming. I don't know if he's off IR yet. I'm not
Oh, he's
sure.
on IR. Okay. Because
Yeah,
I'm
he fractured.
like Moss. I was like, where's Richardson? They been going to all these other quarterbacks. Did they
T1,
trade?
I'm gonna do what you do, T1. Look at me, T1. He on IR or he on IR?
Right.
Right, right.
So
I'm with y'all. I would rather have Richardson. Give him a shot. Give
yeah,
him another shot, man.
uh,
But again, he fractured his face or something, his eye socket or something crazy like that.
oh
So I
wow.
don't know if he's gonna be available. But soon, excuse me, as soon as he's available, they need to go to Richardson. That's for sure.
do y'all play at home this week?
I think we at Seattle. If
Okay,
I'm not
that's good because
Yeah.
that gives y'all an extra week to finish constructing all the extra wheelchair ramps y'all gonna need for Rivers to get down to the field.
100%.
That's
You
that's
might
just
want to
the
put in some of
wildest
the things at
thing,
the
man.
airport where you can just stand and it moves you. You know.
Look, Post said I can't even say nothing about that.
No
That's
disrespect to
100%,
Philip
man.
Rivers, man, but
100%.
we just doing what we do, man. He's had a great NFL career to retire, and to get that call was something special. I know he got a feeling in his bones, but we don't know how good of a feeling your bones gonna have after a Sunday in the NFL today, man. In the way that teams is gonna be trying to come at these coasts, man, to keep them from getting into the playoffs and even winning that division. So it's just a lot, that goes on. But we wish him well. of course, but we're gonna have our thoughts and our little takes and our little snaps and fun with it too, as we talk about this NFL when it comes to Gramps, Grandpa sitting back in the rocking chair. Phillip Rivers coming back to spin that thing, as Parlay Post said. We appreciate you answering the call and coming out to the organization and do what you do, though.
Man, they said too that he like made it to the quarterfinals for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
And if he go play, it's gonna knock him back 5 years again. I know he ain't getting in no time soon, but
yeah. They said it could up his game if he come in, lead him to the playoffs among some things and more. It could do some things for his Hall of Fame bid as well. So, I mean, we could just tell he loved the game.
Man, I'd like to know who the hell went to sleep that night before and woke up and said in their mind, let's go get Phillip Rivers,
Phillip
bro.
Rivers.
What? Come on, man. Wasn't there just some guys who just came out of college last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, who might even still be working out a little bit, who could possibly come in and do some of the stuff they need to do? You got to go get 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, who got 12,000 children. No, my bad, Phillip. I ain't mean to punch you out like that. But he has a lot of children.
Hey, he trying to get out the house, no, Rob.
He said he trying to get out.
You know what? He probably answered the phone on half a ring. He didn't even let a whole ring get out. Hey, yeah, I'm on the best page.
No, he said
Nah,
he needs some groceries.
He's trying to get outside.
Yeah, he ran out of fruit snacks.
Yeah, that's right. He got to go get a bag so he can go get some food up in there.
You know what? His wife probably been calling all 32 teams like, listen, get this dude out the house.
he called somebody and said, "Hey, can you tell them that I'm interested?" He trying to get up out of here. Hey, tell Indy I'll come back. I'm sorry.
He said, "Give me 50,000 and some sandwiches. I'm coming back."
Well, y'all know Riley Leonard, and it's funny because Riley Leonard trained with Phillip Rivers in the offseason. Like they have a relationship.
That's what's up.
I just don't understand it, man. How that even happens, man. Yeah.
Crazy, man.
All right, y'all. Well, if you ain't got nothing else, man, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Man, for everybody watching, man, we just appreciate y'all always tuning in with the guys from the Midwest, man, doing what we do and loving what we do. Make sure you like and subscribe to all the channels you see at WTP for Life. Everything you see is on YouTube at Level Up Sports 10, at Parlay Po at Blissburg, at Postgame 86. We got at SEC Sean as well. We got at FanDuel Zaya, and we're going to have Griff the Great. We're going to get his channel working as well. And then, of course, City League TV. That's on Facebook. And make sure y'all tune in to that channel as well.
It's on YouTube as well.
And we just going, and YouTube as well. We got the live streams. My bad, T1. We got the live streams coming when we at the high school games throughout the city. We not going to tell nobody. We just pop up. We just going to be in the building. So make sure you send us those schedules on our Facebook page. So when we come out and do our thing, we could just know what we talking about, the players, the whole nine. So your rosters, we appreciate them, and your schedules in advance. And just know we're going to be in the building, Centennial. We're going to be there in Northland Friday for another banger, as we seen one last year. And we know y'all going to leave us with one this year, man. Anything else you want to say to them, T1?
Y'all know the drill. We was in the building. Now we out.
Peace.
Peace out. Love y'all, fellas.
Yes, sir. We out.
SEC Sean, you going tomorrow, right? Y'all doing something tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to do, I think me and Doug going to do some high school state semifinal stuff out of, from down in Texas. Y'all schedule complete now. Got the whole schedule for y'all, Rob. You go Tennessee, bye week, Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Missouri, LSU, Arkansas, A&M in a row.
Oh, that's
From
easy. That's easy
from
work. Easy work. Easy work.
Okay. I
right,
was
y'all,
trying to
catch
see
y'all
ours.
tomorrow.
I was trying to see what ours looked like real quick. Let's see. So we go Kentucky, then LSU, Arkansas, Missouri, the Citadel, Alabama. Where the hell is our bye week?
Week 9. You said your bye week was week 9.
Oh yeah, 24. Yeah, so we get a bye week after Alabama, and then we go South Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas.
Wow.
Okay. Well, it could be interesting. Well, at least
I'm
you know
glad.
one of the L.
We got a few teams that like y'all play two, like you've got like Texas State, then Ohio State, and then like somebody else, another like small school. See, y'all are front loaded still. That's why you've got that run of 9. See, we've got the Citadel stuck in the middle. So we kind of get that extra like bye week in the middle. Then we got Bama, then a full bye week, and then we run out the last 4. So we only got to go 4 straight games. Y'all are on 9, so it's going to be interesting next year.
It's gonna be brutal. Hey, can you text me that schedule? No, then you got to text it to me. I'll look it up.
It'll be up. It'll be posted. It's on the SEC network, but it'll be posted, I'm sure, later. But I'll screenshot it anyway, just in case, and send it over to you.
Cool.
There's no times or nothing, just dates.
Yeah, just dates. Yeah. Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, we're gonna go live tomorrow, and then I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. I know I won't be on Saturday. We're going out shopping, and Sunday. I don't know if we're going to do some World Cup stuff in the afternoon, or I might do some NASCAR stuff because they settled the lawsuit today. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
I'm trying to get details before I go live with it, but yeah.
Cool. Well,
let me know about your nephew, man. What are we going to do tomorrow, Moss? If he going to join or what?
I talked to my sister. They definitely said they want to join that, and I appreciate you, man. They've already called. They got a meeting set up. Things is already moving. I can't thank you enough. And yes, I'm gonna send you her number.
Well, just send her my email. And tell her to email me so that way if they want to get on stream, I can send them the link.
Gotcha. That's what I'm about to do now.
I'll check my email all day tomorrow and get it squared, and then I'll let them know what time we going and everything.
Cool. I got you. As soon as I get off, I got you. I'm gonna send an email and everything.
All right.
All right, y'all. Have a good one.
I'm out. Y'all be good.
All right. Peace.